Yeah. Thank you.
Now, if you could sit up.
Okay.
Figured you wanted to make new friends. Tell me I couldn't sit there, because they go sit over the other table. Oh, they're all right. Yeah.
Maybe that's it.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Oh, she put it back?
I don't like it. The other night when I went, the other night when I went by, they were white. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Firefly. Yes, they were white. I must have been, maybe I was. Friday. Butch, Friday. Because I was. I'll have to go a different way to work now. Cool.
Way to go.
It's the same distance.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not complaining.
Actually, I go down that hill, go across, down, and then swing in the park.
It's a straighter shot.
It's probably sure. I do it every day.
Talk to the officer in charge.
They're not on duty at quarter after 5 in the morning, or they're not around town at quarter after 5.
They're waiting.
They're not watching for you, kid.
They're not watching.
They're
for
up
me.
walking.
Four-way waiting for me to come to work.
Yeah. They're not watching for me to see if I'm parking right on North Street.
You know, it's,
They're not.
Me, James.
Damn, honey. I like that.
We're doing yoga now.
I'm doing cherry yoga.
My birthday.
Our first day. It really makes it.
All right, let's call this meeting to order. Roll call.
Michael Demrose,
here,
Lawrence Dietrich,
here.
Marge Drexler.
Here.
Sharon Greenlee.
Here.
Amanda Rose. Mark Bush. Sam Lucia. Here.
Pledge allegiance to the flag.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Approval of the minutes, regular meeting, December 9th, 2025, public hearing, December 16th, 2025, and special meeting on January 5th, 2026.
I'll make a motion, we approve the, minutes of the regular meeting December 9th, 2025, public hearing December 16th, 2025, and special meeting January 5th of 2026.
I'll second that.
Motion's been made and seconded. Any discussion, any corrections?
On the December 9th meeting, the approval of invoices, it says, they were approved as submitted. Can we actually remove the stop invoices from that? They have been removed.
They were removed. They should be reflected in the minutes. Anything else? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Approval of the invoices, motion to approve the invoices as submitted by the finance committee last week. Was there any add-ons?
Yes, there's a page and a half. I think they're connected to the regular list.
Are they on?
Yeah.
year, or is that just like a?
I think that's for those 3 months, the 12
So
months, October, November, December.
8,700 times 4?
No, it's based on the 20,000.
Yeah. But potentially it's
It's
much more.
15%. Yeah, right. 7 o'clock according to Rock County, just so you know. I will make a motion to pay the invoices with the additions we had on.
I'll second it.
It's been made and seconded. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Carried. Citizen comment. The chair will recognize any citizen that would like to comment at this time. All discussion and any action will be referred to the proper committee for future agenda consideration.
Do you mean on this issue, or do you mean in general?
Just in general.
Happy New Year, everybody. Happy 2026. The reason I came tonight, is one specific thing, the man that plowed my street. I can remember November 29th, on a Saturday, we had a pretty big snowfall. And I thought the plowing job was a pretty good one, and I understood, how they came through. At Christmas time, all that snow melted away. But they still seemed to be plowing pretty hard, and there was some snow, but they ended up really damaging both sides of the street on Ballard, and they're pushing a lot of mud up. So there's kind of like a rain ditch, and then there's cable box over there and pole and stuff, and they seemed to be sort of going around things that they could see, but there was a lot of damage done, including the cable box. So there was over on Ballard, from Ballard all the way around, all the way down the street, there was a lot of damage. I didn't know why they were plowing so hard on the sides of the road. I've been here, 36 years, and from what I can see, there was another second red pole that was broken over there. And I'm thinking that if it's snow, great, but if it's dry, that's not really their responsibility to be out there plowing again. I don't know why they did that after all the snow was gone, that's one thing. So, I wanted to know what the policy is. If there's no snow, if it's not a snowfall, I guess what I wanted to say is please, let them know they don't need to plow, because again, I'm gonna have to redo the grass and all that, there's a lot of mud. When I drive onto my street, I saw over on Walnut Street, they had dumped a lot of snow, and I don't know why they put it over there, but, that seemed to be what they were doing with all the stuff they were picking up. And then over on Seymour Street, where it crosses Seymour and Prairie, from Prairie Street, there's like a foam cable box type thing there that was completely knocked over. And over by the post office, there's like a letterbox. When I was over in that area, again, there was more damage in that area where they had been plowing by the post office. So, I know they need to plow, I know you have people plowing. But over on Nelson Street, not too long ago, I don't know if they have that new blacktop that they've been pouring over there. I'm sure you're aware of that on Nelson Street, right? That's going in. So there's also on Factory Road over there, they've got new streets that have been put in and repaired. Where? as well as on George Street. Maybe 4 or 5 years ago, they put in, nice paving there on George Street, and I definitely appreciate that, the new street's going in. So that just makes me wonder double, why would you want to damage, go through and plow so hard, plow so rough, and damage new streets like that? And especially when it's completely dry, there doesn't seem to be any reason. So, another friend of mine just, kind of indicated to me, like, I don't know what's going on, I don't know why they're doing it, I don't know why they're out there on a dry day like this. So, when I see them coming through, I just think that's really stupid. That's just too stupid. Why are they out there just causing damage and destruction? So that's one issue I had today. Another issue, when I go out to Delvin, I take C, and as I'm driving down Highway C, my eyes almost fall out of my head, because over on C, there's the new roads that they laid. There was a plow out there. I don't know whose it was. It might have been Walworth County. I'm not sure who was driving up there. But again, there's that gravel shoulder on the side of the road on both sides, and they're plowing to the point where the gravel's flying off into the fields. And I'm thinking people's homes out there, they've got their ditches and all that, and they've got their property set up. I don't know, you should take a look. I just thought that what they did was really destructive. So, why should people put up with paying, we pay these companies, was it 3.4% coming out, that they get paid, something like that? And I don't know who was responsible, I don't know who was driving, but, I don't know, I think we should send a letter, or, I don't know, I think we're wasting a lot of our money for the service that we're getting from the plowers. Okay, that's what I wanted to say.
Thank you.
Oh, one more thing. Hold on, one more thing. I wanted to ask about something else I saw happen. Or in front of the village offices, there's that couple of new white trucks, I think, am I right? There's a couple of new vehicles out there. So I know there's the old red one. And I don't know what you do. If I say if the red one goes, don't replace it, I don't think we need it. So I don't think we need to be buying any more stuff because we don't do that much plowing. Thank you for listening. Thank you, everybody.
Anyone else? Hearing none, library reports. Police reports.
Good evening, everybody should have my report in front. I'll go over it rather quickly. Under general information, Sharon PD assisted Walworth County on a rolling domestic abuse incident on Monday, which caused a soft shutdown of the elementary school. I don't know if people heard about it. Walworth County deputy, state patrol, and our department were involved in locating the suspect. He was later found on Cemetery Road, and the whole soft shutdown happened for about 45 minutes. I don't think anybody was in danger, but all protocols were put in place. So it was successful. Its end was successful. Staffing.
Facebook was pretty quiet.
Yeah, some people asked about it. I didn't think I really had to put a lot out. The school did put out an email.
School put it out.
And, did a blast, like email blast. There's a lot more to this, but probably not for everybody. Staffing, Morgan Booth has been hired as part-time officer for the PD. Morgan will also be working for the Durant PD Police Department as a school resource officer for their high school. And will work mainly weekends, nights for our agency. She used to live here in Sharon. She wants to try to move to Sharon. She can't like find any housing right now. But it'll be a win-win. Has different ways for us. I think most everybody knows Morgan, but that's kind of dates. Something. Equipment. All of the squads now have been out there with the equipment needed, and the new radios that were paid for by ARPA have been installed. Some modifications that still need to be done, but there won't be any cost to the village. The department weapons have been ordered with the board passed last month. At first I thought that they would be here in a month, and I just was told today it might take 3 months. So but we contacted them and asked them to sort of speed that process up. I don't know why it's taking that long, you know?
Well, Glock just came out with the Gen 6 models, which is the newer, latest, greatest models. So they stopped production on the Gen 5s, except for law enforcement. Law enforcement still couldn't get Gen 5, so they don't just have an abundance of them anymore, so it takes a little longer to get.
Sorry, can you tell me what I didn't hear the item, the piece of equipment you're talking about?
It's our duty firearms.
Statistics, I thought I printed up, but I don't think I have for it, but last year I supplied numbers from, I think, 2017 or 18 to the newest. I don't think I printed that out, but in the interim here, I'll run and get it. I put it like a little graph, but statistics as of today, State Department had recorded 645 calls of service from December 3rd to January 7th. The total number of calls for service in 2025 was 6,207 calls. And that would be the highest calls for service in the department's history. Major investigations this month, we did 2. Again, I'll print that off so you can see the graph. I'll also put it online so everybody can see it. Court proceedings, citation information, municipal trials, we only have any this month. Circuit court, we have 1 preliminary hearing. Property compliance citations, we'll be issuing 5 as of the end of the week. Community service hours, 1 juvenile, and events that the PD was involved with was the Toys for Tot. Again, I like to thank Tasia, because she usually spearheads that whole thing, gets off, contacts all the families, organizes when they're gonna come in and helps distribute them. We used to go house to house, but we found that wasn't the best way of doing it. So they come here, and she's in charge of most of that. Vehicle repairs, none, and we shouldn't have any, and we have all newer cars now. You'll see the vehicle mileage on the printout. And training, death investigation class officer Kevin Govich, Officer Echo Kraut and Detective Sergeant Apper attended. Cost was nothing, the county put it on for free. And that's their social media. Do you have any questions?
Any questions? Chief? EMS reports, shared service. Shared services report, nothing, right? So, we continue not to get anything from them, and I think it's time for another. I have written one. Let's get it on, so. But, we're just not getting where we stand as far as elections and things like that. We know what we send, we don't know what Darien is collecting to offset this thing. We need to know that on a monthly basis. So, I've written a letter and I will get everybody a copy before I send it. We need to get more out. We've had meetings. Everybody got the report. Did anybody have any questions for me? 28 calls last month for a total for the year of 271. We presently have 30 members, 15 firefighters, 5 basic EMTs, and 9 medics, and over 8 EMTs. All right. Anything else for that? Resolution 114-2026-294. Motion to approve resolution 114-2026-294. Resolution providing for the sale of approximately $2,815,000 general obligation promissory note series 2026. Great.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for having me back tonight. My name again is Ariana Schmidt from Ellers Financial Advisors. We serve as the village's municipal advisor. So I was here last month to go through the preliminary financing plan. Tonight now is to actually authorize the sale, meaning we took any feedback that you gave us, updated the reports, updated all of the dates into the final timeline, and we prepared both of these pre-sale reports that are here for you tonight. You'll see the first one, the 2.81 million general obligation promissory notes, Series 2026A, that is the pre-sale report associated with the resolution that you just introduced. So this before you tonight is just a little bit more in depth as to what's being authorized in sale. So if you can get that out, I'm just gonna go through a couple summary points on page 1 and 2. Otherwise, if you'd like me to go in any more detail, I'm happy to do so, but the tables attached at the end are basically the same tables I walked through back in December, just updated as we've adjusted some of the call dates, as I'll get into here. So reason that you see this reduced by $5,000 from the amount on the resolution and on the agenda is because we were able to adjust the call date, therefore reducing some of the interest associated with the anticipation note that's being refinanced with this issue. Therefore, we were able to downsize the estimated sizing by about $5,000. So it's okay that it's a different number than what's on your document before you tonight. You're authorizing an amount $5,000 greater, so we'll obviously reduce it. And also keep in mind, these are preliminary numbers. They will change on sale day when we get actual bids. So the action tonight is really just saying, yep, we agree with this plan and we do indeed want to go to market on sale day, in which we will get multiple bids, hopefully, from the competitive sale process, in which you put the notes out to market and various underwriters then bid on that issue, which they then intend to resell to their investors. So just a reminder what this $2.81 million is for. It's really twofold. One, there is a portion that we call new money, which is to help fund Village Hall projects and the street projects, which I believe is for Park Avenue. Is that correct? Okay. So that is part of the issue. That part of the issue is to be repaid by the property tax levy. The other part of the issue is to refinance one of the note anticipation notes that the village has outstanding, the 2025 NAN, as we call it, that was issued last year to fund various tax increment district projects. So that is coming due in March of 2026. So rather than paying that large balloon payment, we're refinancing it to structure it to a life that matches the amount of years left in the TID's life. So the hope is that the TID performs to a point in which it can pay off this debt over time. I did attach the TID cash flow at the end, but it's the same TID cash flow I showed you last month, in which you can see there is a slight deficit right now. We see that the TID will climb out of that, hopefully, but there is still a deficit projected at the year end. However, this district, again, is eligible for an extension, so if needed, you could extend the district an additional life when necessary, but upon further discussion with Dawn and with the village president, it was decided it's too soon to extend that this time. We've got time to do so. So for now, we've structured the debt to align with the life of the TID as shown in the cash flow. One other thing I will note here is that the notes are being issued on a general obligation pledge, meaning you are pledging the taxing authority of the village. So if the TID does not perform and is not able to make the payment on the TID's portion of the debt, you are obligated to levy for that to make the debt service payment. You are limited in terms of how much general obligation debt you can have outstanding. Upon issuance of both the 2026A and the 2026B issue, you will be utilizing about 69% of your total capacity, which leaves you with a residual capacity of about just over $2 million. Now, keep in mind, while right now most of that debt is in these anticipation notes, it's existing debt. So whether you refund them or you would let them mature and pay them off, you have this much debt outstanding right now. All that we're doing is re-amortizing it so you have a longer period of time to pay that back and you don't have to pay millions of dollars all at once. The other thing I will note is that we are able to pay off the note anticipation note a little bit early, which again is how you're saving that slight interest cost, because Huntington, who holds the NAN right now, was agreeable to waiving the call notice period. So that's good news, so you're able to pay it off quicker. So all of that is reflected in the structure and the tables that you see here. Otherwise, I will open it up for any questions on this issue. All right, if there are none, I will turn it back to you. Thank you.
Motion to approve the resolution 2014-2026.
resolution 1-14-2026-294A, to provide for the sale of approximately $2,815,000 worth of general obligation promissory notes.
I'll second it.
Been made and seconded, any discussion?
I would request a roll call vote for this.
Roll call vote.
Mark Rush,
Yes.
Pamela Shutt,
Yes.
Michael Bimros,
Yes.
Lawrence Dietrich,
Yes.
Marge Drexler,
Yes.
Karen Greeley,
Yes.
Amanda Rose.
No.
Motion carries. Resolution 114-2026-295, motion to approve resolution 114-2026-295, resolution providing for the sale of approximately $1.53 million taxable general obligation promissory notes, series 2026.
Alright, and there is a pre-sale report for this issue as well, same structure. The reason that we are doing this as two issues is because your 2021 taxable note anticipation note has to be refunded on a taxable basis. The other issue that we went through can be issued on a tax exempt basis, which lends itself to slightly lower interest rates. So it's to your benefit to continue to issue that first one on a tax exempt basis and to do this taxable refunding on a taxable basis. So the $1.53 million, if you turn to the first page of this pre-sale report, is entirely a refinancing or a refunding. So the village issued a 2021 taxable note anticipation note also for TID 5 projects a few years back. There is a large balloon payment coming due also this year, in which you are then refunding this again over the life of the tax increment district, so for an additional 16 years. This man is held with the Depository Trust Corporation in DC. That is not something that we can waive the call date on. So because of that, there is a slight additional interest accrual on this issue, and you will have to hold the proceeds for about 2 weeks when you receive them before you can submit the payoff. The reason you'll have to hold those notes is because there is a 30-day call notice period. So the day after your sale, bond counsel is Quarles and Brady, who you all have engaged. Quarles and Brady will help you to prepare that call notice letter and will help you to get it off to DTC, basically saying in 30 days we plan to pay this off in full with the refinancing. So therefore, on March 13th, you'll be able to pay these off. So that's the biggest difference between this issue and the first issue that we went through. Otherwise, I will open it up to any questions you may have on this issue in particularly. Again, the tables are attached as well with the financing plan specifically.
Nothing really has changed from last time.
Not with this one, nope.
Motion to approve resolution 114-2026-295.
I'll make a motion that we approve resolution 1-14-2026-295. Motion to approve the resolution providing for the sale of approximately $1.535 million taxable credit obligation promissory notes, series 2026B.
I'll second it.
Motion's been made and seconded, any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Ellers continuing disclosure contract, motion to approve the continuing disclosure contract from. That's just to keep you around to do this, so.
Yeah, so because you have municipal securities over $10 million outstanding, you are obligated to file to the public website that's called EMA, where you have to submit your annual financial statements to, and then any sort of reportable events must be filed to EMA within 10 days. So by engaging us to do this continuing disclosure, we'll be able to do those filings on the village's behalf on an annual basis for the life of the new general obligation notes.
I'll make a motion to approve the continuing disclosure contract from Ellers.
I'll second it.
Motion been made and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. Stop pay request 16, motion to approve pay request 16 through stop for project 4661.
Previously, didn't it?
Just moving them back on.
Moving him back.
I'll make a motion to approve pay request 16 from staff construction for project 4661, Sharon, wastewater treatment.
Seconded.
Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Opposed, same sign. Stop pay request 17, motion to approve pay request 17 from Stop Construction for project 4661, Sharon wastewater treatment.
I'll make a motion to approve pay request 17 from staff construction for project 4661, Sharon wastewater treatment plant.
Now, seconded.
Motion's been made and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. They about done out there.
Getting close.
He keeps saying.
I know,
we're
I
getting
would-
close every time.
Stop change orders 5 and 6, motion to approve change orders 5 and 6.
I'll make a motion to approve change orders 5 and 6.
Second that.
Motion's been made and seconded. Approve motion, orders, change orders 5 and 6. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion to go into closed session is allowed by Wisconsin statute 19.852F for personnel matters as it relates to officer after and probation period and the employment contract for chief reports.
I'll make a motion to go into closed session.
All votes. Yes.
Amanda Moore. Sharon Green. Mark Strip. Lawrence Steve.
Yes.
Michael Jennings.
Yep.